Hello there, this is Icy Tooney here with another TF2 gameplay video. In this video I'm going to be playing with the Scotsman Skullcutter actually as my melee weapon, and the Targe is going to be my secondary weapon, replacing the sticky launchers. I've been asked to make a video with the Skullcutter by quite a few people, so I'm actually kind of surprised at that, seeing as the Skullcutter, as you can see there, chopping off that scout's head. The Skullcutter is nothing too special, there's nothing too irregular about it. The one thing it does do is I think 20% more damage than the regular melee weapons, and as you can see at the bottom left there, this weapon will do about 75 to 80 damage usually. I think 78 is the static number if you're not using random damage, so that's actually quite a bit of damage for a melee weapon, and that's what makes this weapon pretty good. I am teaming that up with the Targe, of course, so I can get closer range to some classes without having to worry about being blown away by the rockets or fire or whatnot. And it's also good for, of course, charging at your enemies and getting some nice crits there. With a crit, with this thing, it'll do about 230 damage, so that'll be enough to take down most classes, minus the heavy, of course. So yeah, I'm just rocking it here on King of the Hill Sawmill as I die. King of the Hill is a really fun game type that I like to play. I know I haven't really created very many videos with it, but it's kind of fun. It's more of a deathmatch-ish game mode. It's probably as close to deathmatch as you can get other than arena, which is basically straight up deathmatch. What am I saying? But yeah, King of the Hill, there's just a lot of going around killing people. The objective is to, of course, take the middle point over, but with two teams fighting for 1 point over and over again, it can create some pretty nice action. But yeah, just spamming into the point here. Of course, using my grenade launcher as always. Valve is still not releasing unlock for the grenade launcher. I'm interested to see what they do when they do release one, so I'm always stuck with this. But of course, I love my grenade launcher. If you don't know, I'm getting better at aiming still, and it's extremely powerful, so it's a nice little combo for the Skullcutter at long range. Getting nice, two nice pipes there on the pyro kind of blindly. It's always nice. As you can see, I'm also using damage indicators again, so you can take a look at how much damage I am doing if you want to see that. But no one has actually taken the middle point yet. Of course, you have to stand on the middle point to take it, and then the timers will run down at the top. Nobody has taken it yet. My team is kind of starting to chill around there and slowly make it ours. But as you can see, this is going to be kind of a longer game of Sawmill. A lot of the times, the games will only last like maybe 4 or 5 minutes, but it's kind of fun when you get a little bit of a longer one. So yeah, just chilling around here. The enemy has some huntsman snipers, kind of got to stay clear of that. Actually, one thing I should talk to you guys about, I don't think I have said, is the one downside to the Skullcutter. Of course, it does more damage, but the one thing is you are a lot slower when you have it equipped. As you can probably sense in these videos, if you can tell, I am actually extremely slow. And for the demoman, that is pretty important, his speed, because the demoman likes to cruise around the map and do as much damage as he can to as many people. But when you're slower, you're kind of that ability is hindered in a way. So that's kind of a major downside. If you're not going to be using melee weapons a lot, then I would not suggest that you stick with this weapon. And if you're using the Targe, of course, the Eyelander is also a nice choice because you will get heads. Even though you do chop people's heads off, I guess in animation, you actually don't gather their head or get any bonuses from killing anyone, so that's kind of a downside to the Skullcutter. So I use it situationally. I don't use it that often. If I am using the Targe setup, I will usually stick with the Eyelander, and if I am using my sticky bombs, I'll usually stick with a bottle just so I get that extra speed that I want. But again, it's kind of useful, as you'll see in this video. But yeah, it's the most powerful melee weapon as from what I can remember, so it's kind of interesting how Valve kind of morphed the demoman into a half just a, I guess, explosive character, and then half now a melee character with a lot of melee weapons that are just perfect for getting up close. So it's kind of interesting to see how Valve did that, and I guess they decided the demoman would be the one to get all the melee unlocks that are powerful and useful. So that's pretty interesting. Chopping off that pyro's head, that's always nice. I love the head chopping off animation, I guess. It's always fun to see your enemies on the ground bleeding out from the head. I don't know if I'm just weird for saying that, but I guess I do enjoy that. try and chase this engineer down. He does have the hot rod, my favorite engineer hat. I know a lot of people probably disagree, but I have a hot rod, so I guess I have to say that. But now, as you can see, I am on blue. I got auto balanced. I know a lot of you guys know about auto balance. Of course, auto balance is necessary in a lot of servers because people do like to rage quit a lot in TF2, but it always sucks when you're the one getting auto balance, because as you can see, there's only one more minute for red to capture the point. I did a lot of work killing a lot of blue people, and now I'm against who I used to call my team, and now they're my enemy. So I'm going to try my best again to now overtake the middle point for blue, and I'm going to have to do actually a lot of work on the point now, seeing as red does have it. Heavy was kind of just chilling in the corner, wasn't able to see him. At least he has the hound dog hat, so that makes me feel a little better. Always brings a smile to my face. But yeah, only 30 seconds left. We're going to be losing in 30 seconds, it looks here, unless I can make a crazy attempt at capturing the middle point, or my team can help me out. We actually have one person on the point, 2 people on the point, so it looks like we're in good shape for taking this middle. I kind of got to support them. Again, with this setup, I'm a little bit of a tank, so it's kind of good to go in the middle and absorb as much damage from my team as I can. Trying to aim some pipe bombs around, and scouts are always pesky, I guess. Able to finish them off with a nice pipe bomb before I die. Again, scouts will absolutely destroy you with this setup if you aren't good with your grenade launchers. That is the one thing most people do have trouble with when they are equipping the Targe with anything, is scouts. Scouts like to get close range with you, and if they're able to stay just that distance where you're not able to hit them with your Skullcutter, and they're still able to do a lot of damage with you, you're a lot of times in a lot of trouble. So as you can see here, I'm staying pretty conservative against this scout until I'm able to get one shot and then shoot chops on his head. So that's pretty cool. I'd feel bad if I was that scout, but that's the one good thing, if you can lure a scout into a corner and finish him off with 2 chops. All it takes is 2, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how powerful this weapon is, and that's where it kind of shines against some classes with little less HP. So we've actually got the point here. Red is in overtime, of course, so if they capture the point once, basically it's over for us, and we got to hold it for 2 minutes. But I think it's going to be pretty fun to try to do this. Enemy demoman there on the top. Another actually interesting thing I think Valve did with this type of setup with the Eyelander and Targe is it makes this type of setup is actually probably the most natural counter, other than the scouts, to the demoman. The demoman's worst or best counter is probably the demoman itself, because with this setup I can get really close to enemy demoman, and usually with the sticky launcher, there I got rocked by Huntsman Sniper, wow. But yeah, with the sticky launcher, you don't want other people getting up close to you as a demoman, but this setup is great for just charging into them, and usually other demoman can't do much because the Targe deflects, I guess, some of the damage from sticky launchers and pipe bomb launchers, and it's just a great counter to that, so it's very interesting how that worked out in the end. I don't know if Valve meant to do that, but yeah, again, the most natural counter to demoman, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, 1 minute and 10 seconds left here. Again, dying a few times, of course, because King of the Hill, you're not going to be able to stay alive as often as maybe some other game types, because there is so much action in this map. Kind of just going to be watching the top area, as people do like to come here. But like, as you can see here, like when I'm just charging against other demoman, they're not really able to do stuff. If they put stickies at their feet, it's not really going to hurt me. If they pipe bomb me, it's not really going to hurt me. The best thing you can actually do there is take out your bottle against a Targe demo, and hope that you're a better melee fighter than he is. So I guess that's the best strategy to use there if you are ever caught taking on a Targe demo. Do die there, but our team is looking pretty good. Don't know really what happened. Maybe it was because that auto balance that these teams turned around so much, but looks like we're pretty close to taking it. Of course, we can't be I have to still be careful, because if red takes it once, we lose. But I'm gonna probably try to defend this point for the last 15 seconds here with my good old battle axe of death. Gotta stay clear of those saws. Get another demoman, he's in trouble. I'm able to charge up there and kill him, and look at this, we're about to win, yay! So yeah, top fragging as a boss like a demoman here with my Skullcutter, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like these in the future, and thanks for watching.